Shabbat Shalom, or almost. We join together with the nigun that I love to start with. So join in as you catch on. I apologize for my crazy quarantine bangs. They are long and in charge and out of control. Yailai, 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 yailai. Yailai, 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 Yaila, yalla, yaila, 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 yalla, yalla, yaila, yaila, yaila. Iginana, yana, 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 yana. Iginana, yana, 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 yana. Iginana, yana, 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 yana. Iginana, yana, 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 yana. Yanai, 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 Anai, 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 again, anai, 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 again, anai, 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 Iginanai, anai, 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 Iginanai, anai, 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 Iginanai, anai, anai, anai. We begin tonight, now that we have warmed up a little, as we say, a little Chine Matov, thanking everyone, thanking God that we are able to be together here digitally to sing and welcome in Shabbat and raise our spirits with song. Let's try that again. Whee! If you are just joining us, hello and welcome. I am Cantor Elizabeth Flynn from Congregation Beth Emeth here in Wilmington, Delaware. This is our pre-Shabbat song session. We do it every week and have been since really lockdown started, right around then anyway, so since March, we come together, we sing, we raise our voices in song to welcome Shabbat. Sometimes I give a little teach on the music we're doing, sometimes I don't. That's my partner. He's going to take the challah out of the oven. That's very exciting. Another great way to welcome in Shabbat. But so what I like to usually start with are some warm-ups. We did a nigun to start. We welcome everyone in with a Hine Matov. And then this is Ki Eshmira Shabbat, which I do on occasion. I also have my cat joining me. She just climbed on my lap. She's been meowing all night, so she's singing with us as well. So Ki Eshmira Shabbat, Eo Yishmereni Oti Le'ol Me'ad Beino Uveini. This is, I believe it's from Baghdad, a traditional simple melody to help us welcome in Shabbat. The translation is there in the brackets. So if you see bracketed English, 9 times out of 10, unless I have messed up, it will be non-singable English. So if you see English that does not have brackets on it, it means we will be singing that in the song. If you see English with brackets around it, it means that's just the translation for your knowledge. But more than likely, hi Trixie, more than likely we're not going to be singing that English. So Ki Eshmera Shabbat, El Yishmereni Oti Le'ol Me'ad Beino Uveni. It's a very simple melody. As you hear it and it gets in your brain, please join in. It's the downside of these times is I can't hear you singing with me, but I know you are, and sing loud so I can feel it reverberate all the way here. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Oti le'ol me'ad beino uveini. Oti le'ol me'ad beino uveini. Ki yeshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Ki yeshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Oti le'ol me'ad beino uveini. Oti le'ol me'ad beino uveini. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. So that was a setting that's very popular in Reform camps and in our Reform movement, a setting of Psalm 96, one of the songs we sing during the Kabbalat Shabbat section, the warm-up section of our Friday night service. Now, we haven't done this one before. This is a rather traditional song. It comes straight from the Kabbalists. Yedid Nefesh, always in more traditional synagogues, it is almost always a part of Kabbalat Shabbat. So if you don't know it, please listen. It's not difficult, and I invite you to join in. The Hebrew is very poetic because it comes from these sacred poems written by the Kabbalists, who were a very spiritual sect and studiers of Judaism. That's a whole other lecture that I won't get into, but feel free to look it up. Lecha Dodi is another very popular text that comes from the Kabbalists. So Yedid Nefesh Av Harachaman Mishoch Avdach El Ritzonach Yarutz Avdach Kemo Ayal Ishtacha Ve Mulhadarcha. Sometimes Mulhadarach, depending on the gender. You see it both ways. Lover of my soul, merciful God. So the Kabbalists viewed the relationship between humans and God as sometimes as a parental and child relationship, and sometimes as a romantic relationship. And a lot of the Kabbalat poetry pulls on that image from Song of Songs, about viewing the relationship between God and people as more of a romantic relationship. And that also plays on, of course, welcoming in the Shabbat bride. So lover of my soul, merciful God, bring your servant close to your will. Your servant will run like a gazelle, one of my favorite lines from the Kabbalat Shabbat poetry, to stand in awe before your glory. Yedid nefesh av harachamar. Yedid nefesh av harachamar. Mishoch avdecha. El ritzonecha. Mishoch avdecha. Yai lai 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 lai. El ritzonecha. Let's try that again. Yedid nefesh av harachaman. Yedid nefesh av harachaman. Mishoch avdecha. El ritzonecha. Mishoch avdecha. Yai lai 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 lai. El ritzonecha. Yarutz avdecha. Kemo ayal. Yishtachave yai lai. Yai lai lai yai lai lai. El muachadarecha. So that's the B section. Yarutz avdecha. Kemo ayal. Yishtachave yai lai lai. Yai lai 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 lai. El muachadarecha. Yedid nefesh av harachaman. Yedid nefesh av harachaman. Mishoch avdecha. Eretz zonecha. Mishoch avdecha. Yai lai 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 lai. Eretz zonecha. And we will continue to bring that back and perhaps introduce a few other verses. This is only one verse of a rather lengthy poem, as you might have noticed if you're familiar with the Lecha Dodi text. These poems are not necessarily short, but they often have a refrain like the Yedid Nefesh that comes up multiple times. So it gives it a grounding point around which all the other stanzas take place, and which makes it more accessible and easier to sing as a group. So this, of course, I love singing this piece right now because we pull so much from it. We are not necessarily in the brightest of times. In history, humanity goes through times where things are not so bright and shiny. And sometimes we go through scarier times, but the important thing is that we need to come together as a community and work through it so that we can get through it and be stronger. So kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, the whole world, this is one of these texts that our tradition has drawn on for centuries about picking our heads up and keeping moving forward. So kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, the whole world is a very narrow bridge. But the important thing, v'hayikar lo lefachet klal, is to not be afraid at all. So we join in, and unfortunately, this is one of the times I forgot to put the brackets. Do not sing that English. That is your translation. We are only singing the Hebrew. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. V'hayikar lo lefachet klal, kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. V'hayikar lo lefachet klal, v'hayikar lo lefachet klal. Lo ziva zimrat So this, taken from both the Torah, the Song of the Sea, and in Psalm 118, is also very often a part of Kabbalat Shabbat songs. So we join together, and we're just going to do this whole slide as one, but channeling in this strength. Oziv Zimrat Yah, the Lord is my strength and song, and pushing it into our prayer for peace, Oseh Shalom, and then triumphantly, ecstatically singing Hallelujah at the end. So please join with me. And Trixie's here to join too. And we will raise our voices together. Oziv Zimrat Yah, Vayhi Lishua. Oziv Zimrat Yah, Vayhi Lishua. Oziv Zimrat Yah, Vayhi Vayehi li lishua Ozi vizimradia Vayehi li lishua Ozi vizimradia Yeshua. Oh, say shalom, bibromav, huya say shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen. Oh, say shalom, bibromav, huya say shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen. Oh, say shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Let's take it higher. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kwalan Shabbat, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Kwalan Shabbat, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Odiavo shalom aleinu, odiavo shalom aleinu, odiavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Odiavo shalom aleinu, odiavo shalom aleinu, odiavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Salam. Aleinu ve'akol ha'olam, salam, salam, salam. Aleinu ve'akol ha'olam, salam, salam. Ojava shalom aleinu, ojava shalom aleinu, ojava shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Ojavo shalom aleinu, ojavo shalom aleinu, ojavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. And we close as we open our hearts and our minds and our voices to pray to God with Bit Chuli, combined with the folk song Sanctuary. For those of you who have been here before, you know we close this way, even though we would normally open with this text, because this is just the close of part one. This is leading into services. This is leading into the true Shabbat welcome, where we all join together with myself and the rabbi and our whole congregation to welcome in Shabbat, to light the candles, and to begin this day of rest. Bit Chuli, Sha'arei Tzedek, Avovam, Odeya, Bit Chuli, Sha'arei tzedek avovam odeya pirchu li Sharei tzedek avovam odeya pirchu li Sharei tzedek avovam odeya. Oh God, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Pirchu li Sharei tzedek avovam odeya pirchu li Sharei tzedek avovam odeya. Shabbat Shalom. I'll see you at services, and if I don't, have a lovely evening and have a wonderful